Hello and welcome back to the Football Manager Save Le Havre. Now we are now back with the young boys game that I said I'd be back for. It is a two-legged qualifier with a NIMS game in between. I'll probably skip and just show the two young boys games. These are the important games, obviously, trying to get into the Euro Cup too. When it comes to transfer business, I think I've only done one thing in the meantime. Where can I find that again? Anyways, now I'm rusty and I don't know what on earth to click on. Was Pierre Kalulu on loan from AC Milan. I mean, he's just going to be first choice right back. No questions about it. He's head and shoulder ahead of anyone else we've got. So it was just an upgrade for what is only 16k a week on loan. So it's not bad business there. And somebody else we are currently trying to sign, and you may have seen at the Euros if you've been watching a lot of games, is Alex Kral. Great kind of defensive midfielder slash kind of central midfielder for Czech Republic and Spartak Moscow. Although I don't watch much Spartak Moscow, and I don't imagine many of you do too. But yeah, the main thing you see is his stamina, and if you watch him, you see he's tireless. He'll go the full 90 minutes, as does the Souček next to him. So it's a great kind of midfield partnership, and it will only actually be for about 2 million as well, which I think is a very good deal. Really, it's a great understanding of the game in terms of anticipation, making sure he's in the right place, and then tackles well and finds his teammates pretty well. So if we can get him in, that would be lovely. Nevertheless, we do have the game here against Young Boys. I do need to work out exactly how I'm going to work the lineup for this. It seems they might be going 4-4-2. They've got some sneaky players in there, as we looked at before. I think with Kalulu now in, you'll be going straight in the side. Get Herrera on the bench instead. Bit of a messy bench actually, so this might need fixing. We need a holding midfielder. That can be Romero. He's to a centre wide player slash striker. If I can get slash out my mouth. That'll probably be the team to go overseas. Jamal Tiares now forms a 2.5 star, so it's something to think about. I mean, I don't think I've got the budget to be able to rectify that, unfortunately, but yeah, we may struggle for goals this season looking at things like that. But yeah, nevertheless, this will be the team. I'm going cautious as this is the away game, and they do have some cheeky players in that team, so hopefully this can go well pretty much. That encouraged the boys that we do have a highlight here. A bit of a different camera angle I haven't seen before. Lump forward to Berreton, who brings it down well. Into midfield to Van der Peer. Just try and hold on to it for a bit now. Slowly build up the pitch. Into their half now. Fernandez. We're looking to go down this right hand side. We go through the middle now. Honzak. It's a great finish. It's great football. Wasn't always one touch, but it was always kind of 2-3 touch. Just moved really well. So literally from our goalie high up the pitch. Step back a little bit, about 5 yards. Before then, come into the half. Into Tiara. Great first time ball, great run. Honzak to come inside of the fullback, and first time finish into the corner. Cannot complain with a start like that. Very near from Kalulu. Defeated Berreton. Back to Kalulu, lumped in. Cleared now. I was hoping to us, but Ali for them picks it up. Looks back to, I think that's Ashley Westwood from Burnley. But we do retain possession now. Honzak again in behind the fullback. Can he finish his time? No. Kind of maybe took a bit too long. The angle closed down from him. Could only find the keeper's hands. Maybe a free kick here, about maybe 25 yards. Good range. Tiares on, which I've not seen before. Cracks it. Into the hands of the keeper. It was tested him at the end of the day. Any free kick that's on target, especially from that range, I would never complain about. So they look to break here, but we do win it back. Lulu straight up to Tiare. Cannot win the header. Honzak picks up the loose ball down the left, probably looking to get a cross in. Heads towards the byline. Westwood tackles him. Look fair. I believe it is. So they win it back. Again, only as far as Meras. As we continue down this left-hand side, this time with Fernandez trying to find a good ball out to Brereton, which he just about keeps on. He lays it back to the fullback. No, decides to cross himself on back post header. I almost hate how much it works, and I mean I don't. But it is funny that just game after game, Honzak at the back post for a header just seems to work without fail. He gives us a 2-0 lead. And I thought I was the away team. It turns out I think we are the home team. But nevertheless, a great first half as we come into half time. I imagine that'll be it highlights wise. And it is, if it wants to end. It went off for 5 minutes and it was an injury, and that's why. Yeah, certainly gone a lot better than I thought. Taking some of the only chance we've had. I might need to sub off Kalulu quick. So I'm a bit complacent. Just for safety. I mean, I've just brought him in on loan and it's knee. I don't want to mess him up straight away as he could be really handy, judging by the way he started. So, yeah, into the second half. A very trap second half, no highlights at all. But the first half we had, I have zero complaints. I mean, I always talk about having zero complaints, it seems, but yeah, none at all. You kind of run the show like we did in the first half. I'm happy to see it out for an easy 2-0 win. The clean sheet's the most important part, especially in two-legged games like this. Still there, right, for an away goal. So 2-0 lead, 0 away goals for them. Score in the next leg, and we've put ourselves in a great position. So how pleased am I with that win? I'm very pleased. And I've now got myself stuck in this conversation, but yeah, whatever. And yeah, we'll move on from that. A great start to these 2 legs against Young Boys, and I'll see you for the second one. We're back now with the second game against Young Boys, but before we get into that, we obviously did have that one mini game against Nims in the meantime. When I look on the schedule, it was a 4-1 drumming. We did go one down, which I was obviously briefly panicked about, but kind of switched up from balance. I think I was on up to positive, and I mean, someone I talked about maybe having to replace soon as he's dropped down to like 2.5 stars. Mortiaro comes out at his best, brace, goal from Brereton, and late goal for Lecao. Come off the bench, see Alex Crow got his first start, just a run-of-the-mill 6.9 as a CDM. I'll take that almost every time. So, yeah, great result really, which does move us up towards the European spots again. Obviously, it's 3 games, so the European spots or wherever you are, particularly in the league, doesn't really matter. It's more about, yeah, did you get the results you kind of expected or hoped for so far? Gonzaga is the top goal scorer there. Into this game, I don't imagine I'll change much. I probably will go cautious as the away team. There's no need to risk too much. When it comes to changes, we didn't briefly lose. Kalulu was injured. He should be fine and back now. They're not perfect, but we'll see what he can survive. We have also lost Torre for a while. For 2 to 3 weeks with a hernia, so that is a shame too. Get Sam Hughes on. Obviously, he's 3.5 star himself. He's no slouch. We can't go with Alex Crow, unfortunately, as I bought him after the deadline to name our kind of, we'll register our squad for this competition, so we'll have to live without him. So try and patch the bench up here with everything I want. I think that's everything I need. We have got Bente on the bench now instead because Ali will also come out with an injury. This was a fractured wrist, I believe, which you can play through, but I thought there's no point in me forcing him to do so. So will be the team we go with. A lot of people heavy on kind of match loads. If I can lay that off a bit for them soon, I will try to. But I think we have got a week off actually after this, like a week with no games. So hopefully we can survive this leg. Early highlight for them. Referring into Zaquirdo, someone you may remember from Brighton a few years back. I don't know where he's playing his football now actually. On this clearly for Young Boys as Westwood slips in alley. That's a fantastic save from Fofana. The one thing we don't want to be doing is conceding early, so our goalie's come up big time to avoid that happening. They haven't survived just yet as they whip in the corner. It's cleared by Jovanovic, who is already on a yellow, which isn't great either. As Aguero picks up. Look it around. I was hoping this highlight would end, but clearly not. Come forward again, Juric. Now Torre. Honzak intercepts a pass, and that will be that. Another corner for them now, though. As Galdino whips it in, and it's straight in. Filip Bradaric. I don't know. I was thinking of the Bradaric at Rangers. I don't think it's him, but nevertheless, we're 1-0 down and we need to avoid conceding another quickly as they almost come through here and they're still in our box now. It's not the performance we've been open for so far. I might have to come off cautious, maybe into balance, and maybe we're giving them a bit too much respect as that's a great block there. We just about survived. We'll switch to balance and hope that that actually helps us out a bit. It really hasn't been a great performance so far. Not a highlight to our name. Under the cosh for most of it. I will have to take Kalulu off. I tried to bring him back in, but took an early knock, which is, left him running on almost empty. So I don't want to literally have him come back from injury to injure him again. Hornzak's having a poor game, so I'll probably get Benito on there. Maybe swap them around if Paris prefer that side. Well, Benito prefers that side, so we'll go with that. Hopefully we can put a bit of a better performance in the second half, because so far our goalie's the only good performing player. Highlight straight from kickoffs. We'll see what happens there. Hopefully it is at least ours. If it is, that's already a better start to the second half, as didn't have a highlight to our name in the first. Move it around the midfield now. Meras high on that left-hand side. Can he get a ball in? Can towards Brereton, back towards Fernandez, Van der Peer now, just moving it quite nicely. You see the run being made on the right. Prefer to stay in the centre. Can't quite squeeze the ball through there, but it does fall back to Lecao, Van der Peer now. Moreira's made that, also not Moreira. Koulibaly's made that run down the right-hand side. But again, we take the easy option back into Lecao. Now, I don't mind the way we're recycling it, but we do at the end of the day need to make a chance at the end of this. That's a great pass, great run, great finish. He was patient, and as much as I was almost about to get on at him, as we need to make a chance, just like that, snap of the finger, one run, one great pass, and a tidy finish. And we've left them in a position where I believe they would have to score 3 goals, 4 in total, 3 more goals from here to be able to go through. So yeah, that should hopefully do the job for us, pretty much. Thrown for us here, Meras. Back then absolutely launches it. Brereton doesn't quite flick on, but goes back to Meras. Pulls on his edge for Lecao. He gets the side net in there, trying to score 2 in 2. For us, that would be a turn up for the books. Yeah, can't quite do so. From here now as they lump forward their free kick. Hughes does head it away, but straight back to them. Have it in defence now, back to the goal scorer, Bradaric. Maris does cut it out, steps up well to win it. Vita Lecao got the assist for our first goal out to Meras. That could be I was hoping it'd be a cracking pass, but it was always the goalie. Lands back at the feet of Meras, and we have another go here. There's a fantastic pass from Ivanovic, brought down well by Tiare. Alright attempt at a finish, but the goalie's more than up to meeting it. This could be the last highlight of the game now, as Meras has got an easy throwing option there. Into the feet of Abdelli. Why he isn't marked, I don't know. Pulls on the edge of Lecao, who can trust to score. His shot is blocked and they're waiting on the counter. Already had about 3 sat high up the pitch, as they really need to go for it now. Try to slip it through, can't quite do so. Back to feet of Fafana, who launches it right to the feet of Benito. Perfect touch, the easy passes there for Abdelli. He can take it himself. Does, can't quite squeeze it in the near post. The goalie does make another decent save. That should be that for the 2 ties against Young Boys. We do come out 3-1 winners on aggregate, which I'm more than happy with. Weren't quite as good in this second game, but it's always going to be hard to replicate the performance from the first game, and we also are away in this one. So avoiding defeat, and obviously, most importantly, we go through on the tie, but also avoiding defeat in this game is impressive too. If we win, as it says here, in the Euro Cup 2 League Pass 4th qualifying round. Now, I would leave you here, but I believe very shortly afterwards, might be tomorrow, there is a draw. The Euro Cup 2 group stages, we have reached it. I thought there'd be more qualifying rounds with the amount of teams in the qualifiers there, but straight into the group stage, we've done our job here. As we wait to see the draw, we can get to it. We have Strasbourg in 3 days, which are really going to strain on these players. We do get a week off after the Strasbourg game, so I have to ask them to put the work in one more time. But nevertheless, here comes the draw. We are one of 8 teams that have been seeded second, so if that means we're the second best team in the group, it's not too bad. You can see the first seeds here. Başakşehir, Besiktas, Wolves, Valencia, some good teams in here for sure. So very few that you'd actually want to play or think you're better than. Maybe Plizen might be the one you want. You draw the third seed teams here, doesn't really mean much. Now we get into the second seed here. Showing it with Austria Vienna, Cluj, AZ Alkmaar, Sparta Prague against Basel, Bate Borisov, and Astana. So we do get Plizen, which is the one I said I'd probably want. It's a great start for us there. Let's see if we can get from the third seeds. Maybe you want to avoid Trabzonspor, Anderlecht, teams like that. But any of those on the right hand side, Zelina, Dudelange, Tirol, Valor, some of these I've never heard of. I mean, one of them's Icelandic, so yeah, I'd take any of those right hand side ones. And we get Luzern, which is okay. Swiss football at the end of the day isn't the absolute peak of European football, so we'll take Luzern. And we now see the fourth seeded teams. Yeah, maybe we'll avoid. I don't think we can have the other two Swiss teams. I'll probably take any of the other teams pretty much. And we end up with Alexandria and Ukraine. So long trip for that one, which obviously would affect you more in real life, not so much on this game. I might as well draw all teams for the rest of it. So yeah, we have Alexandria, Luzern, and Victoria Plizen. Quite a handy group there. Looking at it in the knockout stages after this, there's certainly some teams that could definitely give us some trouble. All round, not a bad. The finals at Villa Park, which is quite funny. Yeah, not a bad group and quite a good chance to do well in this competition, really. Strasbourg do have a lot of injuries there, but you won't see that game. As we look for when we come back for it, probably B group stage games, although they haven't popped up on here just yet. So maybe if I skip a day or so, they might decide to put them on here. Yeah, it's your fixture arrangements, so I'll have a look on the schedule in a second where they've decided to place them. As I will show you, obviously, our first game in Europe. That's the big one right there. Done very well to get to it, especially this early. Like, I think the Havre have been outside the top French division for, I can't remember how long. Probably have to go back into the first episode to see when I told you it was. But yes, we can't miss our first game back in Europe, and that is only just around the corner. Victoria Plizen, about mid-September. So I'll come back for that game, hopefully as soon as possible. But we'll see. And again, I might skip one. I might show you all three of those. It might just be Plizen and Alexandria, but we'll see. Most of these league games don't really have an importance to us, or I could show you them, but yeah, as I say, there's not real any standouts there. So I might just show you all three of these games if they're quick, and then come back to show you all three of these games. And you won't see any league football for a long time, but again, the league's not really our concern. If we can get into a better form of Europe, that'd be great, but I don't really back us for that. Definitely don't back us for a league title. So yeah, we'll come back for at least two of these games, maybe three. But the fact we've got in this competition is great. Our task was succeeded of today. Yeah, come back for Europe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.